eccentric, garish, and local. His grandson, Frank, belonged in the mass entertainment world of the television, film, and music industries. Standardized, bland, and global. This book attempts to portray the history of Conklin shows by following how the show and the carnival industry as a whole responded to trends in popular culture. My personal history with the carnival began when I worked on the midway of the CNE as a young teenager, when the X was at its peak. I continued to work with Conklin shows for over 10 years at the X, and on both the Eastern and Western road shows. This work partly funded my university education, during which I learned the research techniques I have employed in producing this book. Much of what I know about the show I learned orally, including through a series of over 30 interviews conducted with Conklin staff and associates. That knowledge has been substantiated by research in newspapers and in books and periodicals about the carnival, especially Billboard magazine, reaching back to the 1910s and forward to when it became amusement business in 1961, and then ended publication in 2006. I had access to the Conklin family archives, which contain letters, telegrams, account books, contracts, newspaper clippings, and other documents. For the Renker family, I researched vital records in the New Jersey State Archives in Trenton. I have resisted reproducing stories I knew orally, but for which I did not have documentary sources. The main exception is the series of vignettes included at the beginning of each major section. These passages are either imagined reconstructions of events known to have happened, or, in the later chapters, come from other sources, especially interviews. The story of the Conklin Carnival brings into focus part of the amorphous entertainment environment. Unlike other entertainment industries, the carnival industry in North America is circumscribed, and a representative story is available through a single company, the beginning and end of which aligns with an epoch in the industry's history. Conklin Shows provides the opportunity to follow a range of characters, from Paddy, his brother Frank, and their lot bosses, to some of the less reputable souls who called the carnival their home, and on to later generations of Conklins. The story of this Carnie King and his kingdom appeals to our curiosity about how others live, differently from us while in our midst, people with whom we have had contact, usually unsatisfactory, but enough to make us wonder who they were behind their Carnie personas. This book presents one version of that story. 1. The Apprenticeship of Joe Renker, 1892 to 1923. Before he became himself, Paddy Conklin grew up as somebody else. He was born Joseph Renker in 1892 to parents who had been 4 years in the United States, having escaped poverty and poor prospects in their native Germany. His early years were like those of many a son of immigrants, not all of whom found the better life they sought in their adopted land. He had a collection of colorful stories about his boyhood and teenage years, most of which cannot be confirmed through other sources, and some of which seem attempts to redeem what were probably squalid beginnings. As the rechristened Paddy began to exploit the opportunities he found on the midway, he discovered the talents that would help him conquer the carnival world. Before the carnival. As the SS Scalia lists and creaks, and the engines thud, the huddled mass of misery and steerage settles in unevenly for the night. A young couple, Carl and Maria Renker, share a tiny berth with their 8-month-old son, Charles Jr., and their single suitcase. Overwhelmed by the murmur and stench of hundreds of humans confined in the hold, they try to clean and calm their baby and get some sleep. In their berth is another German, a Jew on his own with 2 daughters, 3 and 1, his fortunes otherwise unknown. The Renkers have each other.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.